The Packers battle the Raiders Sunday at noon on Channel 4. Coming up next on Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
Mayor Marc Morial and Michelle Miller exchanged their wedding vows at St. Louis Cathedral. While at the convention center, thousands gathered to meet the newlyweds at the reception. And Tulane tries to bounce back from last week's loss in their home opener.
WWL-TV, Channel 4, New Orleans. This is Louisiana's news leader. Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
Good evening, I'm Karen Swenson. We'll join Patrick Evans in just a moment. The big story of the day, Mayor Marc Morial ties the knot. He and WWL-TV anchor Michelle Miller are now the city's first couple. The wedding ceremony wrapped up less than an hour ago at St. Louis Cathedral, and that's where we begin our coverage with Rachel McNeil. Rachel?
Well, Karen, things are just now getting back to normal here in Jackson Square. Now, earlier, you wouldn't believe it unless you saw it, but the hustle and bustle of the French Quarter actually came to a standstill. All eyes were on St. Louis Cathedral and the wedding of the year. An hour before the nuptials were to begin, hundreds of guests filed around St. Louis Cathedral, hoping to nab a good seat and send their best wishes to the bride and groom.
We wish them, yes, blessings and happiness, peace, joy, prosperity, everything.
Dignitaries from around the Big Easy and the country graced Jackson Square to witness the union of Mayor Marc Morial and WWL-TV morning anchor Michelle Miller.
I knew Michelle's father when we were in school together at Howard, and of course I grew up with Sybil and Dutch, and I think this is a great match. They're a wonderful couple. They'll be great for the city.
Local spectators squeezed together, hoping to catch a glimpse of the parade of bridesmaids, the mayor's entrance, and after a fleet of 10 limos, finally a first look at the First Lady of New Orleans. Now, St. Louis Cathedral holds about 1,000 people, and it was standing room only inside. Now, after a barrage of pictures, the wedding party is now headed over to the convention center, and that's where we join our Patrick Evans with more on the reception. Pat, how's it looking out there?
Well, Rachel, just about a minute ago, the mayor and the motorcade came by. We also still have some special guests and dignitaries. You can see the motorcycles going through, sirens blaring as well. Many of the people have been coming out here also. If you can see to our left here, you'll notice a big awning. This is where many of the guests have been coming through, and they all have been here to take a look at this earlier today. Now, earlier this afternoon, many of the people were waiting, some couple of hours, waiting just to get inside to see what was going on here at the reception. Many of them waited downstairs. They finally had a chance to go upstairs just to see all of this.
Here.
What time did you get here?
3:30.
Why is that?
Well, that's the time I had my cab to bring me because I thought I could get here, you know, early.
What time did you get out here?
About 4:30. About 4:30 by the time we parked and came on here.
Why'd you come out so early?
I wanted to see, to be able to see. I know both of them, and I wanted to see them.
But we are seniors, and we would like to sit down. We have been standing up now over 25 minutes.
Oh, 25 minutes.
Too long. Well, I have. Well, I know about me.
We've been here since 3:30.
Okay, that's too long.
That's 3:30.
Okay, now.
Now, you could see there, some of the people who were here were getting kind of antsy waiting. The mayor and the wedding actually began a little later than expected, so they were expecting to get upstairs and hopefully have a seat and have a lot of fun seeing what was going on. Also, coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, we'll show you inside the reception room area. We'll show you the cake, and we'll show you exactly what's going on inside. That coming up at 10 o'clock. Back to you.
All right, Patrick, we look forward to that. Thank you. In other news now, a fire in Central City this afternoon leaves 3 families homeless. The fire broke out around 3 o'clock this afternoon inside a double in the 1400 block of South Durbany. It quickly spread to 2 alarms before firefighters brought it under control. Investigators believe it started inside an apartment behind the double and then spread to the house. All of the residents got out safely, but one firefighter was taken to the hospital complaining of chest pains.
Well, chest pains. We're checking out to see if he had a heart attack or not. It could be just heat related. I guess the exertion of dragging the hose and the heat, hopefully it's just from the heat.
No word yet on what sparked that blaze. A year ago, he was gunned down in the French Quarter home. A popular New Orleans businessman, a man whose family and friends vowed to bring triumph out of his tragic death. Jennifer Hunt takes us to the Kevin Wooldridge Memorial Fundraiser.
My family was doing fine. I wanna thank him. Gospel music fills the House of Blues, the sounds of the spirit to honor the memory of Kevin Wooldridge.
It gives me goosebumps. It's very, very positive and very just inspiring, I think.
The inspiration comes from tragedy. July 7th, 1998, police show up at this Governor Nichols home. Kevin Wooldridge shot in the head inside his front door. He died in his partner Doug Rake's arms.
Our lives were so drastically changed when Kevin's life was taken, and we felt so helpless, and there really was nothing we could do to change the reality we were forced to live with.
But Kevin's friends did decide to change the world around them, hosting this annual fundraiser in Kevin's honor.
Organizers hope to raise $25,000 at this event, money for youth outreach, crime prevention, and tourism education programs.
Crime is down, safety is up. And why is that? It's because of people like you. It's the community.
The Unity and Community event includes a silent auction. The New Orleans Police Foundation also here to launch a public safety campaign. Food comes from more than 20 area restaurants, all donated. And the musicians keep a beat they hope will remain a heartbeat in keeping the community safe.
Our thoughts were that if we don't all work together to keep New Orleans a safe place to live and to work and to visit, then we failed.
Jennifer Hunt, Channel 4 Eyewitness News.
A tip to the Crime Stoppers hotline last summer helped police catch 2 suspects. The 2 19-year-old men are accused of first-degree murder. Well, in weather, we couldn't have asked for much more on a September afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, not too hot, and low humidity. Let's check in with Brad Panovich now for a look at tonight's forecast. Brad, it can't get much better than this.
Oh, Karen, I think it can, and it might be tonight. We're going to see even a better night tonight. Yesterday, we saw a beautiful day and cool temperatures this morning, but currently, we take a look at the satellite picture, we still have plenty of clear skies. We have some clouds to the north, but those are moving off in the north direction. Some down to the south, a few over the Gulf, but for the most part, it's clear. But check out some of these low temperatures, from this morning. We saw just a beautiful start to the morning. 58 in Slidell, 65 in Audubon Park, 65 at the airport as well. And tonight, we could be a degree or 2 cooler than that. We'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 50s on the North Shore. And here in town, we'll see some mid to upper 60s. Coming up from weather, I'll have the latest on Floyd and Tropical Depression number 9, as well as a beautiful rest of the weekend forecast.
Forecast sounds great. Thank you. Still to come on Eyewitness News at 6. If you're thinking about investing online, Fred Siegel has some advice you won't want to miss. Plus, one of the newest guys on the team makes a big donation to kids in New Orleans. We'll explain. And later, it was a great day to be out on a boat sailing along for a good cause on Lake Pontchartrain.
He's a great comedian.
Give me a C!
A great dancer. But did you know he's also a great talker?
You have a glow about you.
You have a honey. The Martin Short Show. Finally, a talk show with character.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The Martin Short Show.
Premiering Monday at 9 on Channel 4.
For a limited time at Metairie Bank, new auto loans at 6.25% simple interest for 36 months with 20% down at Metairie Bank, the bank of personal service.
Last season, the Tulane Green Wave went 12-0. They took home the Conference USA Championship. They won the Liberty Bowl. Now the team returns with all-conference players Jawan Dawson and Tony Converse. And first-year head coach Chris Selfo rides the wave. Season tickets are on sale now, and kids' seats are only $7 a game. Championship football at family prices. Call 861-WAVE to purchase your Tulane Green Wave season tickets today.
By the way, while you're at the marketplace,
look for incredible savings on tender, delicious WD brand U.S. choice beef. Right now, whole boneless beef brisket is only 98 cents a pound. Harvest fresh white seedless grapes are also 98 cents a pound. And Pepsi favorites are 98 cents a 6-pack at Winn-Dixie. Then stock up on these Jack and the Beanstalk vegetables, 4 cans for $1.
While you're at the marketplace, Winn-Dixie Marketplace.
He'll be suiting up for battle against the Panthers in the Dome tomorrow. But today, one of the newest Saints, offensive guard Wally Williams, showed a different side. He gave away dozens of school supplies to kids at Armstrong Park. State Senator Paulette Irons also took part in today's giveaway. Williams says he enjoyed meeting his younger New Orleans fans and says it's important to give back to the community.
you know, I have a little bit of time on my hands on my day before the game, and, you know, I thought it was just something special, you know, to kick the season off on the right foot and have fun on Saturday.
And they don't have money for glue and scissors and pencils, and I mean, they're just making it. So it's very important to have people who can to come back and contribute to the community.
Today's giveaway was for kids in the Iberville and Lafitte housing developments. Well, you can do just about anything on the internet nowadays, including investing in the stock market. But playing the market online comes with some risks, and Fred Siegel has some advice in tonight's Minding Your Business report. Fred.
That's right. We want everyone to know these things. You're on your own. That's the message coming from the Securities Industry Association in its new brochure entitled Online Investing Tips. It reminds investors that if they choose to avoid using a broker, they're personally responsible for the decision-making process as well as mechanical aspects of trading. In other words, when you're online, there's no broker to stop you from accidentally duplicating an order or selling more stocks than you own. You can find the brochure and a lot of other good advice at www.sia.com, the association's internet website. In a related vein, the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission recently lashed out at the advertising tactics of some online brokerage companies. Arthur Levitt said that many of the ads look more like commercials for a lottery and border on irresponsibility by implying that electronic trading can bring quick riches. As always, when looking at investment-related advertising, let the buyer beware. And speaking of investing, one of the driving forces helping positive investment sentiment is the individual investor. Assets in mutual funds have now exceeded $5 trillion. That compares to $1.1 trillion only 7 years ago. Remember, when the money flows, the market goes. When the money stops, the market flops. Rocket scientists need not apply.
Well, Fred, if you're an investor and you don't have a broker, where do you get good advice?
Well, that's one of the problems online. There's a whole new industry cropping up giving online investors advice online. A lot of little gurus are coming, and you have to be very, very careful of these people. Many of them will buy a stock and then give you the advice to buy it. Several hundred or thousand people, it makes the stock go up, and they sell and take advantage. There are some legitimate people online that give advice, but you really have to be very, very careful.
Overall, do you recommend it?
Overall, I do not recommend it. Most people really need to know what they're doing. But as people get educated, it may be okay in some cases. Another problem, sometimes people will get advice from their broker, maybe buy 100 shares there and buy 1,000 online. That might be a little bit smarter, but you still have to be careful.
All right, Fred, thanks.
Okay.
Coming up, youth is served in the finals of the U.S. Open. And could home cooking help produce a win for Tulane today? Jim Baskell has the highlights next in sports.
Having the effect early, and the Green Wave is going to pick it up. Pitch, Luke strolls to the end zone.
In the heart of East Jefferson, we're the hospital more people choose because we've earned the trust of families and the confidence of physicians. At East Jefferson General Hospital, the power of technology serves a passion for healing, and we never underestimate the healing power of a personal touch. East Jefferson General Hospital, for the heart, from the heart. For more information about East Jefferson General Hospital's cardiology services, call 456-5000.
Mastering cooking skills. 20-inch TV. Big help. Beautiful pearl anniversary gift to excuse the big flop. What you need, what you want.
No place but service merchandise.
All KitchenAid on sale. Great values and great taste. Like a KitchenAid 4.5 quart stand mixer, now just $188.87. Shop in-store, by phone, or online.
No place but service merchandise.
Hey, sports fans, why watch the big game on a little bitty TV when Popeyes and A1 Appliance and Electronics invite you to watch the game in style? Drop by any participating Popeyes or A1 Appliance and Electronics now through September 14th. Register to win a 45-inch big screen Mitsubishi TV. Win other great prizes too, like Saints season tickets or dinner from Popeyes. Love that chicken from Popeyes. No purchase necessary, but you do have to register to win. We'll be rooting for you.
Since 1972, this New Orleans company has been providing Louisiana with the secret of great taste. Now, as a third generation mixes in, Deep South Blenders continues to provide a service with a lot of spice. Their seasonings consist of only the finest raw materials and are ground daily on site, giving you a chance for maximum flavor. We're Louisiana made, Louisiana proud. At Deep South Blenders and WWL-TV Channel 4.
Well, the Tulane game is underway as we speak in the Dome.
Yes, and they are doing very well as we speak as well, Karen, because a lot of fans were hoping for this. Monday would be a lot easier to forget with a win today. Tulane's home opener at SMU under the Dome. Patrick Ramsey under center and going the distance today. How about their special teams? Here on the block punt, Glenn Lemoyne gets the block and they get the touchdown. Tulane had 9 points on the board with the safety as well before their offense hit the field. Gave him a cushion, and Patrick Ramsey, after hooking up for Jawan Dawson with a 58-yard gain, finds Adrian Burnett, touchdown from 6 out. Ramsey again goes away. He likes Burnett. He went to him in the first game plenty of times as well. That's a 26-yard score. Tulane is ahead in this one in the second, 29-12. How about number 2, Penn State? Surprisingly, only 3 up on Pitt late. The Panthers with a chance to tie. Nick Lotz, the field goal attempt, goes awry. So Penn State survives 20-17. How about 5 and 6? Nebraska, Michigan are both easy winners. Also, by the way, Tommy Bowden gets his first win. Clemson over Virginia, 22nd ranked Virginia, 33-14. Saints season opener will have Ricky Williams, Billy Joe Hobart, and Willie Rofe all starting tomorrow. The 3 were never together on the field in the preseason. All 3 physically may not be at their best, but that doesn't mean they won't give all they have.
Whether I'm 15% or 100% on the field, I'm going to give 100%, and that's all I can do. So I don't really feel it. I know I'm going to go out there and give my best, and it's up to me if I'm mentally prepared for the game, and if I'm not, then I have to be accountable for that. But I'm going to go out there and get prepared the best way I know how, and just play my hardest, and whatever happens, happens.
Carolina across the field tomorrow at noon. Twice before, Martina Hingis had a chance to beat both Williams sisters in the same tournament, but both times she fell to Venus after beating Serena. This time she got the best of Venus, but the tables were also turned for Serena. U.S. Open Ladies Championship, Serena Williams, Martina Hingis. The Venus spectator rally here, Serena showing the power. And remember, she's only 17 years old. The backhand winner taking the first set 6-3. Second set, she had 2 championship points early, but Martina fought back to force the tie break, but Serena would not be denied, doing it in straight. She is the first African-American since 1975 to win a major. That was Arthur Ashe, and fittingly, she wins on Arthur Ashe Court, 6-3 and 7-6. Men's semis, Andre Agassi had dropped the first set to Yevgeny Kafelnikov, 6-1. He looked tired and beaten down in that first set, but he came all the way back, 6-3, 3-3 in the final 3 sets. Andre is off to the finals, and who will he get? Fellow American Todd Martin. Here's what the semis look like. Agassi in 4, Martin in straights over Cedric Pioline, 4-1-2. Second season time for the Storm. The first round of the A-League soccer playoffs getting started in Minneapolis tonight. And speaking of Minnesota, the Twins had a lefty on the mound with no on the mind. He's Eric Milton, becoming the 4th Minnesota Twins pitcher to toss a no-hitter, and he does it, completing the gem today by fanning Jeff Davenon, his 13th strikeout. This guy's only 7-11 for the season, but he gets the no-hitter, 7-0 over Anaheim. Cubs again under the dome with Houston's Jose Lima looking to become the National League's first 20-game winner, and Lima goes into the 8th inning. He and his Astros could give him enough support. He gets the strikeouts and getting it done. 20-7 is Jose. Houston's a winner, 5-3. American League, 2 longtime rivals in a slugfest in the Big Apple. Difference here, how about the Red Sox? Got a guy named Nomar Garcia-Parra. This in the 3rd, that's a solo job. Boston had the early advantage. The Yankees would fight back to within 2, but Nomar connects for a 3-run shot, and Boston outslugs New York. 11-10 is your final. Golf on the Nike Tour as well. Kelly Gibson is going into the final round of the Nike Tour leading. He's tied for first, so we'll see how he does tomorrow.
Well, hopefully by 10 o'clock we'll have LSU and Tulane wins.
Yes, we hope so. Yes.
All right, thanks, Jim. Well, it was an A+ in the weather department today. None of those record-breaking temperatures and plenty of cool, dry air. So what about tonight? Brad is up next with the evening forecast and a look at the tropics.
You kids are so precious to me. More now so than ever. Every moment is special. I want to be there for you, Nothing is going to change that. I won't let it. I've planned for the future, even for the difficult things, and made sure money is well spent, so you won't have to be concerned. Nothing is going to worry you. Bites Egan makes sure of that, for all of us.
This week's Lanyap special is our overstuffed shrimp sandwich, home-style fries, and a large drink for only $4.88. Hot French bread and piles of shrimp go together to make the best shrimp sandwich in town. What a value! Try our shrimp sandwich special for only $4.88. You'll love it, and you can dress it the way you like at our Lanyap bar. When we called it New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company, we had to make it good.
When you wake up, every day of your life will be a good day if you want it to be. I can guarantee it'll be a good day for those who join me in the 12th in attending Father Cohn's annual Jazz Brunch fundraiser to support his Closer Walk radio and TV ministries. In addition to superb food and drink, musical enjoyment will be provided by Sounds of Rhythm. Remember, you can be a minute late, but you can never be too early. The silent auction will allow you to do some of your Christmas shopping and at the same time help a worthy cause. Call 282-4972. Y'all come now.
If you set your clock to a bayou sunrise, we've got weather when you want it. If your commute to the city leaves less time to catch up, we've got news when you want it. Or if you make it a practice to give others your time, we've got sports when you want it. No matter how your day unfolds, you'll never miss WWL-TV's Eyewitness News with Channel 15's News Watch, only on Cox Cable. Always when you want it.
Last week it was Dennis, now it's Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd, I tell you what, I'm kind of concerned about Floyd now because it's continuing to push to the west and high pressure is building to its north. And if that stays in place, we could see it coming to the Gulf. Now the forecast models have it heading towards southern Florida, where earlier in the week they had it heading towards the Carolinas. Let's take the latest look at the satellite picture. You can see Floyd now forming an eye, which is a good sign that it is continuing to strengthen. And if you notice over the last couple of frames here, it's now taking a little bit of a wobble to the west where it was moving northwest earlier. And a lot of the models want to take it west and then abruptly push it to the north, but that's going to have to take some serious steering mechanisms here to get that thing to push to the north. But right now, still far away. It's up in the air on where it's going to go, but the latest as of 5 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time has it located at 22.7 north, 62.5 west, moving west-northwest now instead of just northwest at 12 miles per hour. And the winds are 110 miles per hour with the pressure rising just a little bit because it's going through one of those fluctuations of strength. But you see the track has it pushing towards Miami, Florida, and people in Florida definitely need to start getting ready. Here's the latest Central Atlantic satellite picture. You see there's Floyd, but check out what's behind Floyd. This could be tropical depression number 10. Right now, just a tropical wave, but indications are over the next 12 to 24 hours, this will become tropical depression number 10. And tropical depression number 9 out here, just off the coast of Africa, could be Gert. I put Gert because in the next 12 to 24 hours, good chance that will become Tropical Storm Gert. The latest on tropical depression number 9, though, has it centered at 13.1 north, 26.8 west. It's moving west at 18 miles per hour, kind of up in the air, and where the center is probably roughly right here, and it's moving west a little bit farther south than Floyd, so something we'll have to keep an eye on, but that's still a good week and a half away. Winds are at 35 miles per hour, pressure at 1,004 millibars, and not too bad right now. Far enough out we don't have to worry about it, but a couple things to keep your eyes on, even though things here in the Gulf and in New Orleans are looking beautiful. Look at all these sunny skies during the day. Some clouds pushing off to the north. A few clouds out in the Gulf, but for the most part, the Gulf is just beautiful. I mean, there's just high pressure controlling us, and these clouds are going to stay to the north. You know why? Because high pressure continues to dominate our weather. This big dome of high pressure is going to slowly slide off to the east tomorrow as we put this into motion. Starting at 8 a.m., lots of sunshine. Still no humidity tomorrow, about 89 for a high. We'll keep an eye on this little area of showers. It's going to push off to the north, but even another cold front off to the west is going to bring us another shot of cool air. So it looks like this autumn-like temperature pattern will stick with us for the next couple of days. Taking a look at Weather Link 4, we'll head out towards the Slidell, or West Thibodeau. I changed it on you right there. 87 degrees right now, not too bad. Look at the temperatures and the dew point combined give you humidity of only 37%. It feels really dry out there. And look at those winds out of the east at about 4 miles per hour. Around the city, it's sunny. At the airport, 87 degrees. In Audubon Park, 89 degrees. And in Slidell, 89, where you were 58 this morning. Nice cool temperatures. Humidity, 39%. Winds are out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. Your forecast for tonight, another beauty, clear and pleasant. Lows on the North Shore, 56 to 63. As we head to the South Shore, 65 to 70. So even pleasant here in the city. As we head into tomorrow, though, another beautiful day. It will warm up, though. If you're in the sunshine, temperatures could get into the low 90s. We'll see a couple upper 80s out there with winds still out of the east, though, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. If you're heading on any waterways around town, check out the marine forecast tonight and today. Temperatures on the water about 85, so the winds will be pushing out of the northeast at about 15 knots, so waves 1 to 2 feet. As we head into Sunday, a little bit of light chop on area lakes. Your tide forecast, ranging about a half a foot. And like I said, the water temperatures in the mid-80s with sunrise about 6:44. As we look ahead, temperatures not really going up at all. Going to stay in the upper 80s to around 90. Another front comes through on Wednesday. Will bring us another shot of some cooler air, maybe into Thursday and Friday. But the end of the forecast period up in the air a little bit, depending on where Floyd goes, and then possibly Tropical Storm Gert.
Well, with Floyd, we thought we were out of the woods, and now it looks like we have to really pay close attention to.
It's slowed down a little bit, and what's happened, high pressure is building to the north, and when high pressure builds to the north, that kind of deflects it farther west. So something we'll keep an eye on. It could do another Hurricane Andrew type situation. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Thank you, and we'll be right back.
Jacob Shane and Son is a place you're probably familiar with. Since 1874, families from all over this great city have come to Shane to plan their funerals and pay respect to friends and loved ones. Jacob Shane, where a sensitive, caring staff attends to every detail, where concern and attention are abundant, and a tradition of excellence is reflected in every decision. Jacob Shane and Son, a special place.
Tropical systems don't have to make landfall along our coastline or in southeast Louisiana to affect us. Tropical Storm Francis last year made landfall along the upper Texas coast.
But we saw over 2 feet of rain in just a couple of days here in the city, and it proved how important it is to have these meteorological tools like pinpoint Doppler radar.
The biggest benefit of using pinpoint Doppler this hurricane season is that we will be able to track in a more timely fashion the outer bands of a tropical system as they get ready to move across our area.
Because it's going to give us a live look at the hurricane, the structure of the storm. What are the winds like? How intense is the rainfall? We can pinpoint specific areas across the region that are going to be of particular interest to the public when a hurricane is striking land.
We can never tell how many tropical systems we'll have in a hurricane season, but for the first time, our weather team will be able to track the movements of the next George with the most accurate weather information ever available to us.
Closed captioning of this newscast is underwritten as a public service by the Treasure Chest Casino.
Coming up on Eyewitness News Night Watch, more coverage of the day's big story, the mayor's wedding. We'll have more on tonight's reception at the convention center, as well as a look back at the wedding earlier. Also, both LSU and Tulane are in action at home tonight. Jim will have the highlights from both games. These stories and more tonight at 10. And finally, it was a beautiful day to be out on a boat, and lots of folks did just that, all for a good cause. It was the 9th annual Great Lake Race, which benefited Children's Hospital. About 150 sailboats took part in the race, which took them across the lake, beginning at Lakeshore Drive on the South Shore and ending 20 miles away near the Highway 11 bridge in Slidell. After they crossed the finish line, there was a big post-race party at the Oak Harbor Marina. We'll leave you now with some of the action. We'll see you again tonight at 10.